what is some general advice that you have for founders that are going to launch a decentralized protocol from the start?
I think any advice I can offer founders, and I'll put my old VC hat on here as opposed to my founder hat, is it's beyond just decentralized protocols. It's like, people get bogged down in the mechanics of running a company, like, the operations and doing things like in a certain way. I happen to be of the school that I think none of that matters. Like, it's all about the quality of your idea and your confidence in your execution. And if you're not confident in your execution, it's probably because you don't have a good idea. So you really have to go out there and test your idea internally, not in the market, because the market doesn't know what it wants. Like, you have to know what the market wants. And if you don't feel like you can do that and predict what the market wants, then don't start a company, because that's the key talent of an entrepreneur, is knowing what the market wants.
Yeah, I
So,
think.
how do you
Sorry.
know what the market wants?
You just have to be in touch with it. You have to
So
be
Yeah.
yeah,
part of the
so I
market.
feel
That's
like
my point.
what I'm trying to do is dig a little bit deeper because you're giving great advice, but it's let's make it actionable, right? Like, so let's try to make this actionable for people. So beyond just like, it's good to know what the market wants. I think people know that, but how do you predict what the market wants? Like, what has been your process for doing that?
Well, I think if you look empirically, a lot of successful founders are people who were in the market that are solving a problem they have. So, I'm not going to be so pompous to say that we've done this with Ajna. Like, I am in the market. We're building this for a problem that we have, but we could be wrong. We might not be the market that we thought we are. But if we look back to Maker, when we joined that project, we knew the world needed a stablecoin. We knew that because we were interacting with smart contracts, and it was not working when we were using ETH as a denomination. Because everything we were doing, whether it was a prediction market or whether it was a derivatives exchange, it was all, everything was being overshadowed by ETH price volatility. In order to have financial primitives, you needed some sort of stable source of value in the contracts itself. So with Maker, to me, it was obvious. We knew exactly what the market needed. And then it was just about building confidence and execution and saying, this is the best way to do it because we've exhausted every other option.
Yeah, I think it like there's of course we would love to get actionable on it as well, but I do think it's a great piece of advice in general, because it's like there wasn't a lot of, like, if we take Amazon for an example. Before Amazon dropped the Echo, there wasn't a lot of people that were hounding Jeff Bezos or hounding different companies for a voice controlled speaker, right? But as soon as they dropped it, it spread like wildfire, and then we get all of these copycats from different businesses like Google. So I think like being in touch with the market and really like understanding whatever products and whatever sectors and industries that you're really fond of and passionate about and really interested in is extremely key in order to create something that people are going to use.
I do have a personal heuristic I think you can use for this. This is what I use myself. Like, if you have an idea, first of all, sit on it. Don't do anything about it right away. Like, let it marinate. But then only act on that idea if the idea of not acting on it seems more frightening to you than acting on it.
I think that's great.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Also, real quick, yeah. Why the name Agina and the I symbol, for the branding and whatnot? Who's behind these branding decisions? Because I want to get DeFi to more people. If I start bringing my homies in, into DeFi and tell them about this hot new project called Agina, they're gonna see this eyeball and they're gonna start asking me questions, and I want to know how to answer those questions.
Yeah, well, you could probably tell we did not have a branding team, so this was thought up by us. But the idea is that Ajna in the Hindu chakras represents the third eye chakra, which is the eye that is invisible but can see everything.
Nice.
So the idea we have here is that our protocol does not have any external price feeds. It doesn't have any external actors like governance, but it still is able to function and see the world like a centralized protocol.
Yeah. I feel it, man. I feel it. I think they're gonna buy into that, Greg.
I hope, because we got a lot of shit for it.
I think I have another
So how
question.
do people? Oh yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, like how can I get the token?